Welcome back to Supercar Street Racing, and we are out here in the Supercar Street Racing garage with two new products that were donated to the channel today. Our proud sponsor Gerchway has given us these two things to check out today on the channel. So when we come back from this short break, we're going to take a look at the Gerchway digital tire inflator and the Gerchway tire inflator with pressure gauge, and that's all coming up today from the SCSR garage, so hang out. Welcome to another unboxing and review on Supercar Street Racing, and you can see right here and right now, we are out here in the SCSR garage with two products from Gerchway. Gerchway was so kind to go ahead and send us these two tire inflators. One of them is digital, one of them is not, so you can pick which one you like best after we show you exactly what they both do. And they are sitting right here on top of the Tesla Model S Plaid. And what we're gonna do today is go ahead and unbox these things in front of the SCSR Plaid, and then we're gonna take a look at how you use them. Now, you do need an air compressor or an air source of some kind to use these two devices right here. So you will need some kind of air supply for it that has a quick connect fitting on the end. Now, one of these guys right here is a standard analog gauge, and that is this one here on the right here. And then this one next to it is a digital tire inflator. So if you want to go like a little bit better quality and a little bit better display, you can go ahead and get the digital one, which we will open both of those here momentarily. Now, taking a look at the first product here, this is the Gerchway tire inflator with pressure gauge right here. Now, this is simply an inflator with a quick connect hose on the end that you do attach to a air compressor hose, and you can go ahead and see what the tire pressure is in your tires. And when you squeeze this handle, it should allow air to pass into the tires here, and you can go ahead and air up to whatever preference you like. Now, on the back of the box, it does say it's useful for any kind of automotive or bike, truck, car application. It tells you that it has a 100 PSI limit to its inflation range, a plus or minus 2% accuracy, a dial resolution of 1 PSI, and it measures in PSI. It has an NPT connector on the end for any air compressor. The tire inflator with pressure gauge. Now, this other one sitting right here in front of us is the one we talked about that's a little bit upgraded from this guy right here. Now, this is the Gerchway digital tire inflator with pressure gauge. Easy and precise tire inflating, and look at the front of the box here. It shows you what a cool looking device this is, and it looks like it does have a light on it. I'm interested to go ahead and check that out in the inside of this box. And on the back, it shows you again that it has a application for bike, motorcycle, car, and truck, and it does say it has a 3 to 200 PSI inflation range, so it does go higher than this one up here. It has a plus or minus 1% accuracy, a 0.01 PSI dial resolution. It measures in PSI, bar, KPA, and KGF CM2, and it also has the same NPT air compressor fitting sitting right on the end of the cable here that you can connect to any air supply source that has NTP. All right, we're right here on the back of the Tesla Model S Plaid, and we have the Gerchway digital tire inflator with pressure gauge to open up for you guys first. And it's sitting right here in front of you looking so fly and fresh. And on the side, it does say Gerchway, when quality is our top priority. That is their slogan. It is a X003W9UCTV digital tire pressure gauge. It does say made in China. It's got their website here, gerchkit.com, and then there is an email for their support at gerchkit.com. And on the front of the box there, you see the picture of the digital tire inflator with pressure gauge, and it says easy and precise tire inflating. Nothing on the side and on the back. It shows you the specifications, which I read to you guys already in the beginning, and it shows you the application, bike, motorcycle, car, and truck. Again, that's all you really need on the back of the box. And inside of the box, you can see right here that it has a little package with, it has two ways to do your tire. So it has a connector here that you can put on the end of the spout. It does have a manual, so I'll probably open that up and see what that connector is for there. Looking inside the box here, you can see this thing is very high quality. It's pretty heavy. It does have some peel satisfaction over the display, but checking out, that is the trigger that you pull to add your air. And then there is a power and a light button right here on the front of the digital tire inflator. And you can see on the side here, you do use the NPT Quick Connect to connect this to any air compressor or hose for an air source. And now inside of the box is the user manual. And it does tell you to thread the quick connector on, but it is already done for me. So it does have a lock on the air stem. I will show you that now. This is what they're talking about. You place it on the air stem here and then you lock it in place like this. It has a little clamp there that goes in and then you clamp it shut to make sure you're all the way on. Now it says do pay attention when you clamp it on because it could leak if you don't get it solid onto the valve stem. It says go ahead and push the chuck onto the air stem firmly and rotate it on the valve stem thread until it seats, or use the included screw-on air chuck. So that's what this additional thing was. There is a screw-on version as well if you'd like to use that, but in order to use that you have to remove this other guy from the end of the hose here. So to inflate your tire, very simple. You just simply squeeze this and pay attention to the display here, but that is it. And if you want to bleed off air, you simply press this button while you're connected, and that does bleed off air. We will demo that to you guys in a short amount of time here. I think I know why it didn't work. I think I know what was going on. I think it had a clear plastic thing inside there to keep the batteries from going dead. Let's see if this does the trick here. And now it is on, so yes. There was a clear plastic inside. Let's go ahead and put the cover back on. Thank you, Gerchway, for the batteries. Let's go ahead and get these screws back in. So just take off the back cover and remove the little plastic and you're good to go. I didn't see that in the manual. I'm gonna double check and maybe have Gerchway put that in for the future. No matter what, you do have to take off the back cover though, because there is a plastic that keeps the batteries fresh. See right there, we turn it on and it is set to bar. So if we push it again, now it's on KPA and now it's on PSI. Let's go ahead and peel off the protective peel sat. There we go. Peel satisfaction guaranteed on that one. Now here again, here is the bleed, and then here is the trigger to go ahead and add air. I'm gonna go ahead and power it off, and there it did shut off. Now here's a look at the accessories they give you. They do give you Teflon tape, so if you have to change out the NPT fitting, now, for those of you into the manual part of life and you just want analog, here is the tire inflator and pressure gauge from Gerchway. And on the front, it says it's easy and precise for tire inflating for home, shop, and professional on the side. And right on the back, it says it's for motorcycles, bikes, trucks, and cars. Shows you its specifications, which I read to you earlier. And then it has their website, their email address, the little barcode, and this is a X001Z 1GOZX tire inflator pressure gauge. And that is all that's on the box. Let's go ahead and get this guy unboxed for you. And right inside there, we do have an accessory pack. And this time, if you want to use it, they do give you this long style tire inflator valve connector. You would have to remove the one on the end of your inflator and use this. And since this does not use power, there is no battery to worry about here. And taking a look at the inflator here, pretty high quality. It's very heavy. I like the way the gauge looks and I like the contrast of the gauge. This is our trigger to add and remove air here, and this is our bleed right here on the side. So when you're ready to bleed off air, you simply leave this connected and you go ahead and push this button and it will bleed off air from the tire. Deeper into the box here inside the Gerchway analog tire inflator, there is an instruction manual, and this does say to thread on the NPT fitting, which is already on the inflator, so you don't have to worry about that. And then it says connect the Gerchway pressure gauge to a compressor using the quick connect or a air hose from somewhere. It says put the air chuck on the valve stem, and to avoid leaks, push and turn. It also says you can use the enclosed dual head air chuck, which I showed you guys already. And then to fill the tire, of course, you squeeze the handle here on the side, and to bleed air, you simply push this button, and we will demonstrate that here momentarily. The dual head air chuck is mainly used for heavy duty vehicles, and that is it for the Gerchway analog non-digital tire inflation device. Now the next thing we're gonna do is get down here and actually use these. So we're gonna need our air compressor. Let's grab that. Okay, we are right in front of the Tesla Model S Plaid now, right in front of these Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's. And you can see that I have my air compressor out here and it is already aired up. So we do not have to air it up, and we are not going to be plugging it in so that it is not loud. Now on my air compressor, I already have this dual air chuck like Gerchway did give us with the analog gauge. I'm gonna go ahead and pop that off by pulling back on the quick connect, and it pops right off, you can see. Now these tires are aired up to around 37 PSI. I'm gonna go ahead and air them up a little bit and then go ahead and let them back out to the same air pressure. Let's go ahead and connect our Gerchway. Now this is the digital one, so we're gonna go ahead and power it on. It is on and it is set to PSI. Let's put our quick connector on it. Okay, so we are quick connected, and here is our tire valve stem we have to get off first. And these are black metal ones that I bought on Amazon. There's our valve stem. We don't want to lose this because we only have 4 of those total. And now to put this on, you simply push it on and it does lock. So you push the handle, push it on the valve stem, and then let go. Now there is 35.7 PSI in this tire, and that is a little bit different than what the TPMS says, but I am going to go ahead and put some air in the tire and bring it up to about 38. 37.4. It's at 38.3 now. Let's go ahead and bring it up to 40. We're at 40. Let's go ahead and let a pound or 2 out now. Now by pushing this bleed button right here, you will let air out of the tire. We're at 38.9. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it at 38.8. And that is just how simple the digital air inflator is from Gerchway. You simply just push this onto the tire valve stem, and then you just use your little trigger here and your air compressor. And this is a cheap air compressor, and that is all I need for right now. Let's go ahead and pull it off by pushing the disconnect, and it is off. And that's a good look at the digital one. Pretty easy. I like the way you can see the display, and if you push the light, it does light up on the display, so you would be able to see that at night, which I really like. It is very high quality, it's heavy, and it just feels like it's well made, and it's super easy to connect, and the connection is very solid. There was absolutely no leaking air from the digital Gerchway when I hooked it up. Now let's move on to the analog Gerchway tire inflator. We'll go ahead and get our NPT disconnected here, and it is already disconnected. Let's power off our digital Gerchway by holding down the power button, and it is off now. All right, we already do have our valve stem cap off from last time, so all we have to do right here and right now is grab our analog Gerchway here. Now I'm curious if this does glow in the dark. It looks like a glow in the dark type thing there. It might glow. It's got that weird color. And taking a look at this one, it is a similar design, except it has an analog gauge, right? It does still have a trigger to add air. It does still have a bleeder on the side here that you can let air out with. Let's see if it connects just as easy. Let's go ahead and connect it. And it is connected. I did not have to turn it as suggested, but I did not put the air chuck on first. Let's go ahead and do that. This is reading about 38 pounds as we said in the last one. Let's go ahead and let some air out. It is reading around 36 pounds now. Let's go ahead and put air in the tire by squeezing this trigger. And we are already up to about 40 pounds. Let's go ahead and take a little bit of air out. All right, we are back down to 38 pounds using the bleeder on the side. I like how heavy duty this thing is. It feels pretty heavy, it feels high quality. The contrast on the gauge is very easy to read. The trigger is very easy to use. It works great with my McGraw compressor here, this small compressor that I got for about 125 bucks. And it's very easy to connect, very easy to use. And let's go ahead and disconnect it now that we have our tire inflated to the exact pressure that we wanted. And that is it. It is that easy to deflate. Let's go ahead and remove it with the NPT. And there it is right there back in the box where it will be gifted to someone. And then we got our valve stem right here we can go ahead and put back on. And that is it for the demonstration of how these two inflators actually work. Go ahead and decide which one you like and go down in the description and order your favorite one from Gerchway. All right, now we did just take a look at both of the Gerchway products that were provided by them at no cost for us to check out with you guys, so that maybe if you're looking for something like this, you can go ahead and order from the links down in the description below. Make sure you check that out. If you liked one of these, go down below, click through the affiliate link, because when you do that, it helps the channel out so much. We only get a few dollars here and there to run the channel. And so when you buy from us, it helps us out. And the affiliates also see that you support the channel by seeing how much you actually buy. So go ahead and grab yourself either the standard tire inflator with pressure gauge or the Gerchway digital tire inflator with pressure gauge from the links in the description. And we will see you guys next time on Supercar Street Racing. We got to get out of here.